Hi class, welcome to the basic components of Worldview tutorial for the topic 1's assignment. We are going to go over tonight 3 different areas. First, we're going to clarify the instructions. Secondly, we're going to go over the rubric and I'm going to clarify to you how an instructor grades. And then thirdly, we're going to go over any questions that you might have that I think you might have for the assignments and where to access different resources if you do have questions. Let's go ahead and jump right in. When you go to Halo Learn, you're going to find that on the left is a Topic 1 tab. You can click on it and it will show you the different assignments for the week. Hopefully you've already gone here and you've already found your way into the discussion forum and to the quiz and all of the other assignment related things that you are working on for the week. So go to the basic components of Worldview and there should be an attachment down here. It should give you the assessment description. That's what I'm going to go over first of all. So in this assignment, you will examine the 6 core philosophical beliefs of Worldview presented in the topic resources. This may be the first time that you have thought deeply about what you believe, so give yourself some time to reflect on each question. You will also have the opportunity to examine your worldview according to a test given in the textbook. This is in the textbook, the coherency test and the practical livability test, to express what you think the Christian faith is all about. Based on the basic components of worldview presented in Chapter 2 of The Beginning of Wisdom, this is a textbook. Please read that before you do this assignment and the topic overview. This topic overview will be good to give you the information that you need for the assignment. And then follow the directions in the basic components of worldview document. APA style is not required, but solid academic writing is expected. This is just for this particular assignment. After this assignment, we do expect APA style. Now, this assignment uses a rubric, and I'm going to go over that rubric momentarily, but please review the rubric prior to beginning the assignment to become familiar with the expectations for successful completion. You are required to submit this assignment to Lopeswright. A link to the Lopeswright technical support articles is located in class resources if you need assistance. So there is a Lopeswright entry. You submit the assignment one time and then you can see your Lopeswright and your Grammarly percentages. And if you think that you're okay with them and that there's nothing wrong, all the mistakes have been taken care of, then you can click submit a second time. If you would like to work on it some more once you see the Lopeswright report, you just work on it and you don't have to click submit all the way. But make sure you're clicking submit 2 times to enter your assignment into Lopeswright. Remember, this is a templated document, so the Lopeswright score will be higher due to the directions and questions. So don't let the higher scores deter you or frustrate you, but make sure that you are understanding that there will be a higher, so 30% due to the directions and questions. All right, so let's go to the assignment. So before we do that, I've got the attachment highlighted here. I also have something that I call a help aid template, which is basically me putting the rubric into the assignment to help you as it comes. Like, so when you're doing the assignment, when you open it up, you will see the rubric, but it's just been rephrased to help you understand how to do the assignment. You can find this help aid template in several places. The resources tab to the right, you're going to scroll down until you see this, the help aid template, basic components of worldview, and this is going to be in your resources tab. Okay, so let's open this up. This is the help aid template. You need to have your name, the course, the date, my name as instructor. Be sure you answer both part 1 and part 2 of this assignment before submitting. Based on the basic components of worldview presented in Chapter 2 and the topic overview, write a response to each of the 6 questions that form the basic components of your own core worldview beliefs. Respond to the questions about your own beliefs in your own words and not necessarily what you think the Christian worldview believes. So keep this document intact and only add your answers in the box under each question. All right. So this is going to be in your own words, but after you have read the material. Number 1, what is your belief about the nature of ultimate reality and why? Answer in 2 to 3 sentences. Word count is really important. So you want to answer in the amount of words that it is telling you. So here it says, does reality consist of matter and energy, or is there a spiritual aspect? If there is a spiritual entity, is it impersonal? Is it personal? Does God exist? Is God separate from the created world? Number 2, what is your belief about the nature of the universe? Not that it exists, but what is the nature? What is it comprised of? Why? And 2 to 3 sentences, the nature of the universe addresses the following questions. Is the universe eternal? Is the universe created? Is nature all there is? Or is there a supernatural realm? Number 3, what is your belief about human nature and the afterlife? And why? So in worldview terms, the concept of human nature considers if people are basically good or evil, if they have inherent value, or if they have purpose. Number 4, what are the 3 worldviews, so atheism, pantheism, theism, beliefs about the nature of knowledge? What does knowledge comprised of? What is it comprised of? Which one best fits your beliefs and why? In worldview terms, the idea of knowledge addresses how people take in information from their 5 senses, through revelation from God, from feelings and inclinations. And number 5, what is your basis for determining moral right from moral wrong? Whoops. And why? The basics of ethics answer the questions. On what do you personally base your own ethics? How do you personally determine what is right and what is wrong? Is there a particular standard you use as a basis for your ethical decisions? What is your belief about human purpose and why? Some of the answers can be specific to your own beliefs, but others also more general explanations of the terms rather than descriptions of what you personally believe about each topic. Okay, we have little time left, so I'm going to jump into part 2, evaluation, and then what I'm going to do is create one more video that talks about the rubric specifically. Part 2 is the evaluation. You're going to take your answers in part 1 from the basis of your worldview. Now that you've articulated your worldview, evaluate it according to the practical test that is described in Chapter 2 of the textbook and the topic overview. Which of the 3 worldviews most closely matches your core beliefs as you answered in part 1? So atheism, theism, or pantheism. Does your worldview pass the practical test for livability? That is the one found in Chapter 2. You're going to need to interact with Chapter 2 in regards to this test. Why or why not? Provide a clear explanation of the workability and practical value in the most important areas of life and experience. Your answer in 200 to 300 words. Okay? The answer should demonstrate a solid understanding of the practical test according to Chapter 2 and the topic overview. So 200 to 300 words, 200 words minimum. 300 words, please don't go over 300. If you do a little bit, that's fine. Number 2, reflect on your current understanding of the Christian worldview, Christian faith. In other words, what is the essence of the Christian worldview? How does one become a Christian? Your response will need to articulate your understanding of Christian beliefs and does not require you to believe it. This should be according to the textbook. Please make sure that you've read this week's materials and then respond. And again, it's 200 to 300 words. So make sure you're reading the instructions carefully and you are reading the chapter and the topic overview. So in the next video, we will have the rubric.